Fake flat earthers. At this point in time, the globe isn't the problem. The globe's physically impossible. No one can prove it. That's done and dusted. Now we're dealing with the muddy waters, the liars, the misrepresenters, the fake truthers, the fake flat earthers, and all the stuff that goes with it. And it's quite an interesting ride. Bear with me. So first up is a DC Force channel, a channel that exposed itself to me and kind of gave itself away about 6 months ago, and I kind of forgot about it. And then was made aware of this post DC Force made 18 hours ago, where he's put roll on the floor laughing, that right arm, at Flat Earth Library here. And then you can see the astronaut back left-hand corner as we're looking at it has a ridiculously long arm. And there's lots of other silly stuff going on here, okay? And naturally, when that's being posted as if it's come from the official source, I've got to question it, because I've had enough of people posting fake garbage and devaluing what is demonstrably true. And just so everyone knows that this guy is showing this to be, thinks this to be true, someone's put, look at the curvature gap between the two left windows. DC Force has put space stimulator, I'm sure. But naturally, I had to comment because it's obviously fake and has obviously been manipulated. So why would you put it on your channel if it's not come from the official sources? It's muddying the water. It's ridiculous. Serves no purpose whatsoever. I put, can you link the original? This looks like it's been altered. I'm fed up of people citing fake crap. What gave it away? 7 fingers, extra hands, or missing arms? That it was an AI meme? How are the new skeptics going to recognise the fakery if we can't point it out ourselves? The response makes no sense whatsoever. And of course I said, why are you spreading misinformation? And then he goes on to say, that's rich. You make 10 videos on Vapegate. Which is incorrect. I made 5 or 6. And my only claim regarding Vapegate was the dishonesty associated with the vape. Which of course hasn't been refuted. Has only been proven. And I state here, what claim did I make about Vapegate is actually incorrect. You've totally exposed yourself here. Of course, he hasn't replied because he can't reply and highlight a claim I've made regarding Vapegate to be false, because everything I stated regarding Vapegate was true, and there was dishonesty at play regarding the vape. I didn't extend on that on the bigger picture, making any claims about sound stages, domes or anything. I didn't need to. I've got no bias, no map to protect. I didn't need to step over the line. I never ever have felt the need to. Which is why this channel's so solid, stands on very solid ground. And which is why it's very easy to highlight the dishonesty at play that surrounds me, as we're going to do. As I've done, as this DC Force has exposed himself, showing manipulated images that haven't come from the official source. But he's given his viewers the impression they have. That's very dishonest. This guy has shared some good work and mixes it up with dishonest work. Like I said, I've called him out on it before, and I'm seeing a theme at the moment regarding Vapegate and trying to attach poor claims other people made regarding Vapegate and muddy the waters regarding me. These claims are coinciding with a damage control agenda, as certain people are trying to repair the damaged reputation of Whitsitt, as they're trying to bring it back onto the stage here to be some sort of leader of the Flat Earth community. I'm sorry. Whitsitt could have owned that opportunity when called out about the vape and just said, look, I was trying to hide the smoking from my wife. My bad. Yeah, I was smoking. Instead, he went the route he did. A very dishonest one. Not only did he lie to his wife regarding the smoking, he lied to the community regarding the smoking. And as I stated in my videos, how can someone who lies be a representative of the truth. Now this is where it gets silly. I was made aware of this several weeks ago. This is from a channel I actually used to enjoy back in the day, and this channel's done some good videos. But strangely enough, halfway through one of their Antarctica videos, we get a strange little dig and a little muddying of the waters and a misrepresentation of me and some bizarre name calling, all based off someone else's claims regarding Vapegate, not mine, despite the fact they're showing a thumbnail from one of my videos, but not addressing my actual claims, which I find very strange. So let's have a look.
And other smoking guns, that the whole thing is a blatant made-up fiction. In fact, there isn't a single instance where any of these match up and make sense. But there are always those kinds of people who just don't get it, even as the astute people will be hitting pause right now to compare the January 23rd statistics and double-check my word for it. Meanwhile, the Vapegate crowd...
Interesting the way our friend here has angled that. I find that so revealing. And then, of course, he shows a thumbnail from my video, not addressing the fact that my claims regarding Vapegate are the dishonesty at play regarding the vape and nothing more. Not addressing that at all, highlighting it as if I've made outlandish claims that have been disproven. Let's just come back a smidge, because I find it's fascinating.
Right now to compare the January 23rd statistics and double-check my word for it. Meanwhile, the Vapegate crowd...
My brother is named Bilo. He is a retard with a small head and 200 teeth. Bilo! His son is named Boltok.
I may be taking the piss out of my friend Jaron for fun, who, in fairness, asked for it. But don't mistake me for a second. My opinion is that he and Austin are not shills. I can't speak for Bilo, the retard's son, Botok the rapist, Will Duffy here in the middle. I don't know him. But they did not fake anything and really saw what they believed to be a 24-hour sun.
Really strange little interruption in his Antarctica video there, where essentially shows a thumbnail from my video, calls me a retard, claims Jaron and Whitsitt aren't shills, and Jaron's his mate, and that potentially the retard character, which I can only assume is being hinted as me, might be a shill. He can't speak for that. Bearing in mind his mate Jaron has lied and misrepresented me, and that still hasn't been accounted for, calling me a liar, a retard and a grifter, essentially projecting. But this is his friend, so maybe that's why we're getting this sort of very strange knee-jerk defensive reaction that has done more damage than good, where essentially you've shown my thumbnail and tried to, on a very cunning level, misrepresent me and cover up for the dishonesty at play regarding Vapegate, the real dishonesty, and muddy the waters at the same time. Wow. Wow. Doesn't matter what you do, you're always going to expose yourself when you address me. Because I don't lie, I don't misrepresent, I'm logical, I don't have a bias. The videos regarding Vapegate are still up on my channel. This guy, Spacebusters, has just exposed himself. He put in supposedly hours and hours and hours of research and work regarding his Antarctica video, and then goes on to lie and misrepresent me, call me names, a hint that I may be a shill, but Austin, who lied regarding the vape, and Jaron, who's lied regarding myself, they're all right. Mad times, I tell ya. Like I said, fake flat earth channels are out there to muddy the waters. DC Force, we've highlighted him. Excuse me, and sadly, we've had to highlight Spacebusters. But there should be a clue in the name, shouldn't there? Space Busters. How can you bust a place that doesn't exist in the first place? So space busters are trying to give validity to space in the first place by trying to bust it. And then when you look deeper at the work, it's sad, and this is an uncomfortable place to go, but it needs to be addressed because they're discussing me, calling names, lying and misrepresenting me, doing damage control, and now, of course, trying to prop up someone in the mainstream as a representative of the truth. That person's lied regarding the vape. A liar is not a representative of the truth, okay? So there's very strange times. I'm going to be calling fake flat earthers and dishonesty out. So obviously the global earth community has no physicality. It's impossible. And the people that represent that are blatant liars. They don't even deserve my time at the moment. They never have done. But these fake flat earthers are the problem at the moment with the muddying of the water and the holding back of what's demonstrably true. Enough is enough. Have a good one, everyone.